We have something very special for you coming up. It's the kids of the Wakulla County 4-H. This is part of their radio program and podcast. But before we hear from the members of the Wakulla County 4-H, we have Rachel Pienta, who's in charge of the 4-H. You have a lot of other titles that are more formal than that, Rachel. But Rachel Pienta is here with us today. Tell us just a little bit about what's going on with the Wakulla County 4-H.
Hi, Doug. Thank you for having us here today for this conversation. The youth have been really busy this year. Every year they choose one, sometimes more service projects to do. And today you're going to be hearing about the Senior Citizens Prom event that they did for Valentine's Day. And they came up with this idea all on their own and took many months to plan it. They raised funds, they engaged the community, and they said, we want to do something that really helps the senior citizens of our county relive some of their best memories. They said, let's take them back to the 1950s and have a 1950s style prom with classic cars and milkshakes and French fries as if they were in a 1950s style diner. And they did that, complete with leather jackets and poodle skirts and all the music you can imagine of that time. And they had a wonderful day on Valentine's Day at the Wakulla County Senior Citizen Center. The children, the parents that volunteered with them, the community members that came out to help, and all the senior citizens that enjoyed the event that day are still talking about it. And it's a little time has passed, and the youth talk about how they can do that again and keep that going. And they do thank the community for coming out to help them, because without that support, programs like that are not possible. The youth have an idea. They have a heart for service. They learn about event planning, and they learn how to do things like how to ask a business for a donation or for in-kind support, or how to engage an organization in volunteering. They were able to pitch their idea to the Wakulla County Health Department and bring them on board. And the health department was there to do wellness checks and check things like blood pressure for the senior citizens, which really is a nice tie-in for February, because that's National Heart Health Month. So you'd say go bread for heart health in February. So we had this great thing because we celebrate love on Valentine's Day, but we were also emphasizing healthy hearts for our senior citizens.
What else does 4-H do? Before we hear from the kids, just for those who are listening that maybe aren't sure, well, what all does 4-H do? Maybe they remember 4-H when they were in school or something, but what is the Wakulla County 4-H doing?
That is a great question, Doug, because I know people think 4-H and they think, oh my gosh, farms and animals and growing things. Well, we do all that and more. Since our earliest inception in the early 1900s, over 100 years ago, we have really grown beyond farming. We still have an agricultural focus. We still do animal science. We still do cooking. We still do some of the things that you remember, like sewing, for instance, but we branched beyond that. And we are the top youth development organization in the United States. We are in all 50 states, and we're really about igniting that spark in youth to have them develop as citizens, to learn about service, to learn about science, and to develop what their future careers and healthy lives will look like. And that covers everything from public speaking to citizenship, leadership, education. We do archery, we do cooking, animal science. The children ride horses, they skateboard. They take trips to the Capitol and speak with elected officials and learn about the legislative process. And then they also take trips where they compete in photography and engineering. Last weekend, we actually took a group of youth to take their chickens to a poultry show, and they demonstrated showmanship and they did a poultry science skillathon, and they also did speaking demonstrations where they talked about their project. So we have many different projects. If there's something your child is interested in, we probably have a 4-H project related to that, and we can set them on the path to learn more about this topic they're interested in and actually engage in an activity with other youth related to that interest. So we do this project-based learning from August through May. And then in May, we switch gears and we start looking at our summer camp programs. And our summer camps include archery, cooking, animal science, arts and crafts. Those summer camps are for ages 8 to 12. We also have programs for teens. We do a junior counselor program for teenagers. We also have 2 weeks of wellness camp where we're partnering with Sun Chaser Fitness to learn about weight training, nutrition, overall wellness. And then we also have a partnership with the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office and Emergency Management to introduce youth to careers in public service related to law enforcement, firefighting, the medical sciences, including being an EMT or a paramedic, and then also just overall public service. What does it take to be an emergency manager or to work in county government and help to preserve public safety? So we're going to do a week-long camp related to that. Super excited about it. A lot planned for that. It'll be an action-packed summer, and I would love for more youth and families to come out and learn what we're all about. They can find us at 84 Cedar Avenue in Crawfordville, Florida. They can also call us at 850-926-3931. And they can also find us on Facebook at Wakulla County 4-H.
That's Rachel Pienta, the leader of the Wakulla County 4-H. So much going on. We're going to go ahead and hear from some of the members of the Wakulla County 4-H as they talk about the senior prom that we just introduced a little bit ago. And here are the kids, and Rachel will talk again when they're done.
Welcome to the Wakulla County 4-H podcast. Today we will be discussing the 4-H Community Pride Project 2024. How we came up with the idea, the work that was put into it, and the big event.
Hello, my name is Vanessa Alderkin, and I'm on the lead of this year's Community Pride Project, Dash into the 50s.
My name is Caden Grubel. I am the co-lead of this project, where we were able to throw a prom for some of the most amazing senior citizens a community could ask for. And I would like our team to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Jennifer. I was the treasurer for this team and I helped keep track of all the budgets.
Hi, I'm Bonnie and I'm the team member of this project.
We would also like to say thank you to all the wonderful adult leaders and volunteers in 4-H, 4-H Youth, the committee members, community members, and who donated funds, food, and great energy that went into this project. And let's not forget a big thank you to Amy Drexler for her commitment to doing all our photography throughout the project.
Vanessa, how did we come up with the project?
One day we had an idea sprung and everybody was pulling out their ideas, and then one day we all thought at the same time about the senior citizens, and we thought, whoa, what if we throw a prom, but 50s theme? So that's how we came up with the project.
Caden, what went into it?
We went through multiple meetings, different plannings, shopping, developed a lot of skills, and decorating.
Jennifer, how many youth worked on the planning committee?
About 15 to 20 youth that we are all thankful for. Bonnie, how many people were at this event?
There was 170 that decided to show up, and everybody had a good time.
Caden, what were the highlights for the project?
I would say my favorite part was seeing the vintage cars, how it was able to come through with that.
There was a 1954, there was a buggy, and many others.
Jennifer, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was serving out food and watching Bonnie be pulled on to the dance floor. Bonnie, what made your favorite part be?
Well, my favorite part was, as you mentioned before, definitely being dragged down to the dance floor and dancing with all the senior citizens. And then this one lady, I forgot her name, but she was so sweet. Me and her kept dancing all night. Vanessa, what was your favorite highlight of that night?
All right, so my favorite highlight of the night was definitely the different trophies that we brought out, where we had the Boogie Woogie Champ. We had the guy where he got his trophy. I don't really remember what it was called, but he did really good. He was very out there with the ladies. And then Cool Cat, he was the cool cat. And then we had the star, and then we had the Boogie Woogie Champ, as I said before. And then the food was great, and I just overall loved the experience, the cars, and the senior citizens were very, very nice, and they loved the event.
Vanessa, what was it like for the health department to pick our projects?
It felt very rewarding. I felt like we started something that we never knew we could have done, and I'm just waiting for the next project, for the annual project to go on, and I'm very excited. And I would like to introduce Miss Amy Drexler, which is one of our favorite and most valued person that worked with us on this project. What did you do, Miss Amy?
Thanks, Vanessa. I actually saw it on Facebook and decided that I wanted to become a part of it because of the impact that it would make for parts of our community. I own End of the Rainbow Events, and I do photography and event planning. So I went to most of the meetings with the kids, and we all sat down, kind of figured out what each person would be doing for their different parts of it. We picked out a backdrop and all of the other accessories that we were going to be displaying there. But it was a lot of fun. The seniors had a blast with the photo props and everything that we put together.
Thank you, Miss Amy. What was your favorite part about working with the youth?
Your enthusiasm that you guys brought to every meeting was just expounding, like so much fun. And it was also a lot of fun seeing you guys actually working with the seniors on the day of the event. You guys were not shy. You got in there. You went and delivered food to the tables. You cleaned up. Everything that you guys had done from start to finish that day really just spoke to our entire community, and we're really proud of seeing how you guys are going to be the future for Wakulla County.
Thank you, Amy, for your time that you spent with us. Also, I'd like to thank everybody that is listening, and I would like them to know to look for our future podcast that we'll be making soon. Thank you, and have a good night.
You've been listening to some of the members of the Wakulla County 4-H Club talk about the senior prom that they put on recently. And now I'm back in the studio here with Rachel Pienta. She is the leader, the head honcho of the Wakulla County 4-H. Is it a club or clubs?
Oh gosh, it's actually clubs. So Wakulla County 4-H is the parent organization of multiple clubs. So every year we have an open house, and that open house will be August 24th. That's a Saturday.
Where?
At the Wakulla County Extension Office at 84 Cedar Avenue in Crawfordville, Florida. It will be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a free event. We will have some food trucks out there for you to purchase refreshments while you're there. And you'll have a chance to learn about all the different clubs, talk with the club leaders, meet some current club members, and decide which clubs you want to be part of. The cool thing about 4-H is that you can enroll in 4-H and then have all the clubs that you're eligible for age-wise open to you. So we have some youth who are members of multiple clubs. So it's a question of, what do parents and their youth have time and interest to do? But it's a whole world that opens to you. Once you enter those 4-H doors, it is a wide, wide world of fun and learning. So August 24th is the day. While you're there, we also will have an open house going on for our Master Gardener program, as well as our Family and Consumer Sciences program. So you can learn about the educational offerings we have for adults in the community, as well as our youth programs.
I'll let you think about this for a second, and that is the big picture goals and value of someone's child being involved with 4-H and how it's good for them and their future and the long-term health of a community and the world. But while you think about that for a second, Rachel, I'll just let everybody know that this extension office, where is the headquarters of the Wakulla County 4-H, she said Cedar Avenue. And if you're thinking, where is Cedar Avenue? Well, if it's in Crawfordville, if you know where Hudson Park is and you know where Azalea Park is, then there's a road that is right there between those two parks. If you're headed south and you turn right, if you're headed north, you turn left, you're going west on Cedar Avenue, and you go down to the end down there, and there it is.
And there it is.
So as we wrap up our time, Rachel, just talk a little bit about the big picture, the value of back in school days. You talked about the 1950s. Back in the 1950s, they had citizenship classes. I don't know if citizenship classes are making the grade anymore. I don't think so that I've heard. But anyway, groups like Wakulla County 4-H are helping to fill the gap to raise up good citizens. So step back from the specific details and talk about the big picture goals and value for kids being in 4-H.
Doug, it's a big question. And of course, talking about 4-H and youth development is one of my favorite things to talk about. That could be a many podcast episode topic. So let me try to break it down somewhat briefly. But anyone who wants to reach out to me and have a further conversation, I am open. Call me. We'll have coffee and talk about it. That said, so 4-H is about positive youth development. And really, we are about life skills. Life skills can cover a pretty broad array of things. I will tell you that we are in all counties in the state of Florida, and 4-H offerings look a little different in each county. And it's because the citizens of the county drive the activities that we do. So when the people of Wakulla come to me and say, we would like our youth to do this thing, then I work to make that happen. So in Wakulla County, for instance, families have said that we want our kids to learn archery and skeet shooting. So we have a program that does that they want their youth to learn about public speaking. So we have a program that goes into the public schools and does that. Along those lines, we've got families that want to learn about raising backyard chickens. So not only do we have a chicken club where youth can raise chicks and learn how to show them and do poultry science, we also do embryology, which is hatching chicks in public schools. So we're in all the elementary schools where we bring in incubators and we partner with local farmers to bring in fertile eggs so that youth can learn the hatching process and hatch chicks in their classroom. And these are all things that the community has said we think are important and we want to see happen. So along those lines, when we say we're going to have a cooking club or an arts and craft club or a leadership or service club, it's really coming out of the families and the citizens and the youth who tell me the things that they would like to see. So for instance, this next fall, we're going to bring back a livestock club because I've had families who say, I would really like my child to have the experience of raising a calf or a goat or a sheep. So we're going to make sure that that can happen. So you may remember, you or folks who've been in 4-H historically over the years may remember that we had a more robust agricultural climate in Wakulla, but our county has changed. It's grown. We have less agricultural lands. However, we do still have an interest in that. So we're not going to let it go away. We're going to still do those things and create opportunities for youth to learn those things so that skills and that knowledge is not lost. Along those same lines, we've had families ask about getting in touch with the natural resources in our county. So next year, we're going to be starting a wildlife ecology and forestry science club. And we'll be learning about the rich natural resources available to us in Wakulla County. So I'm pretty excited about that. There's a lot of different opportunities there and things we can do. The youth said for their next service project, they really want to dive into the history of Wakulla County and understand the rich history of our community and the lives of the people who really formed the place we live in today. So to that end, they're partnering with different organizations in order to interview older Wakulla County citizens and to ask them about their life stories so that those stories can be preserved and we can all learn from them in years to come. So if you have an idea out there in the community and you think, gosh, I would really love it if kids in our community could do this, I encourage you to bring it forth to Wakulla County 4-H and let's talk about how we can make it happen. That's really what 4-H is all about, is bringing the community together to make youth learning and development possible. And I'm the community's partner in that. That's my job, and I love my job. I'm blessed to do it. It is really an honor to get up every day and to figure out how I can best serve the youth and families of Wakulla County. So I invite everyone in Wakulla County to be a partner with me in that effort. Bring your ideas to me, and let's see what we can make happen together.
One last thing, Rachel, and that is, apart from the specific programs, how might it be good for a child's development overall as a citizen, as a human, for their long-term prosperity to be a part of 4-H?
Well, in 4-H, we like to say that we make the best better. Your child may have a lot of talents and skills, but it's always good to learn more and to have a goal to strive for. So we also really approach 4-H with a learn by doing sort of perspective. It's very hands-on and experiential. We want to have youth come to 4-H and learn things that will help them to be successful throughout their life, also to connect with their community. So if your child comes to 4-H, we want to partner with you to help your child be successful, whether it's the career they choose or the family that they want to form for their life, or whether they're going to be an active, engaged citizen in their community. We want to help them figure out the best pathway for them and connect them to their larger community, their larger world, so they can be part of the fabric of their community in a really positive, productive, and healthy way.
If people want more information now, do you have a website or another way besides going out to coffee with you?
But everyone should go have coffee with me. We do have a website. If you Google Wakulla County 4-H or Wakulla County Extension, you will find us online. The website is gobbledygook letters, so just Google us. Mm-hmm. But we have a website. We also have Facebook pages. And of course, we have a physical location, and we're open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. And we also have voicemail. So if you call us at 850-926-3931, we'll call you back.
All right, very good. That's Rachel Pienta. She is in charge of the Wakulla County 4-H. And for Wave 94, I'm Doug Apple.